Hello everyone, welcome back to Musings of Manu once again. This is going to be the fifth podcast of the LinkedIn Internship College series, and today I have Mehak Bajaj with me. She is currently pursuing her BCom honors from Gargi College, and she is also doing CA along with a regular college. So that's a huge achievement, Mehak. So before we start, I'd like to tell you all, majorly we will be covering CUET in this episode. CUET, Mehak's college life and how she is managing CA along with her regular college. So over to you, Mehak. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone and hello Manu. So as you know, my name is Mahek and I'm from Gargi, pursuing BCom honors, second year student. College life lately for me has been mix of emotions, like the reasons I joined college for, then the shift in reasons I'm pursuing college for, and all those things. So it has been a roller coaster ride. It has been an initiator of many of the things as well, an initiator of me indulging into conversations. So that is one of the reason I'm here. And also I am a regular college CA student, like managing both, trying to manage both honestly. So yes, I would like to engage into conversation about these things, and if I can be of any help
Perfect.
to any of the student.
Perfect, Mahek. Thank you so much from all of us for accepting the invite and being able to do this podcast with me because time is a luxury and you are giving us that time. So, before I begin, I'd like to tell all of you that Mehak has given the first edition of CUET exams and she scored 747 out of 800, which was her score. And overall, she has done wonderful in her CUET exams. At the same time, she has scored very well. I was also very astonished when I looked at her scorecard of Hindi because Hindi is one such subject that I love a lot, but at the same time, I fear a lot. So it has been wonderful to know about Mehak. So Mehak, let's just dive into your CUET journey first of all. How did you prepare for CUET, and when did that idea came into your mind? And actually, how did you start altogether?
For me, I have to go to Delhi University only, no other option. So there was no other option than CUET because Delhi University was at then became synonymous to CUET because of the inception. So any which ways during, like when I entered into 12th, it was that your score matters because you'll be getting the admission with your score. But then there was change in shift. CVT came. Actually, CVT had to be started an year previous to mine, but due to COVID it became a year later. So we were the first batch. We had been first in many of the things, like in class 10th pattern changed, in 12th pattern changed, the COVID one because of the COVID, and then then CVT. So there were a lot many first things. So preparing for CVT, I should come upon to, I did not look at CVT as a different thing than my class 12th. I mean, very much different. Like when we were in class 12th, we were giving two board exams. So one of them was MCQ based. So it was similar that CVT is also going to be MCQ based, and we have already given in a board MCQ based. So there were much of similarity. Apart from that, I attended a workshop. You can say a workshop or a seminar, a webinar by the Delhi University vice chancellor, and not vice chancellor, but the Delhi University members only who were leading the CVT committee. They were there to guide the students as to how they should prepare. So they said that you need not worry, it is just an extension to your 12th class exams. So you just keep preparing your 12th subjects for a month or two later as well. So that is what I did. As I was preparing for my CA foundation too, so there were subjects that were colliding. So I had to prepare any which way. So these were the things that worked in my favor or not worked in my favor, because I had to give 2 3 exams. Like for foundation, I had to give the exam. Then for CVT, I had to give the exams. So those were the things.
So basically, you started during your school years only.
You could like, if I come to that, starting the school years, there were many of my batchmates that started their entrance preparation during 12th only. I did not start my specific entrance preparation with 12th because I did not have to appear for general tests. So that was an advantage for me. They had to appear for GT, that is General Studies test, because of appearing for BBA, BMS, or IIM, or those sort of colleges. So I did not prepare that sort of entrance examination because I did not have to. When it comes that I started preparing for CVT along with my school, you can say or you can't say. Why? Because I was studying for my exams only, school exams only, and it was same. So one thing I would like to mention, that any of you preparing for CVT, don't think CVT as any different thing. Just keep preparing for it well, because that is what CVT is. Those subjects, those domain subjects.
All right. So the whole takeaway would be to keep preparing well for your 12th examination because that's what CUET is all about.
The domain subjects. If
Yeah.
you are appearing for general test, you need to go for practice or coaching, because their tricks and speed matters.
All right. Perfect. Got it. Now, are there any study material or resources that you took help from internet that you will like to recommend others?
I would like to recommend NTA mock test. You can go for them because NTA is the one that is going to take your final exam, CVT final exam. So you can go for those mock tests. Speed, you can get an idea of speed because that is important.
Hmm.
Apart from that, I went for books. I purchased CVT books from market only. I cannot vouch for any particular writer because when I entered into that market, it was the first attempt, so nobody could actually vouch for any writer. Even today, you cannot exactly vouch for any writer, but you can pick any book, book for practice, or pick much many writers. For example, like if you purchase a book and you practice all those questions, domain questions, go for another book, keep practicing, because that is the key. Also, don't discard your class 12 notes because they are of utmost importance during your CVT preparation as well as your college days, because your syllabus is an extension to what you studied, so those notes help as basic material. So keep revising your class 12 notes, keep revising your NCRTs, keep revising your publisher, like whatever publisher your school preferred, whatever publisher your college, sorry, your coaching institutes preferred. Keep revising those, keep doing those MCQ questions at the back of the chapters.
Perfect, Mehak. Perfect. Okay, moving on. We all prepare for a strategy whenever we go for a competitive exam like CAT or CUET or any of the exams. We prepare a strategy. So, what was your strategy for CUET? Even when we talk about you were preparing for CA Foundation or your 12th, so how did you manage to prepare for CUET? Was there any strategy or time commitments that you gave?
In my case, there was not a particular strategy, like I would say I was doing this for these many hours, this for these many hours. There was nothing like that. I was preparing for foundation, I had accountancy there. I was preparing for CVT, I had accountancy there. And accountancy had been my favorite subject from class 11, 12. So it has been great for me. And then came maths. Maths, out of all those, is my weakest. Like out of all those, yes, I scored less in maths. So I was the place where I studied for my class 12. I was studying for my CA Foundation Mathematics and CVT Mathematics at the same place.
You can mention about the doubt part that you were talking.
I was talking about that when I was preparing for my foundation and CVT, what happened was that I was studying at the same place I was studying for my class 12. So, majorly, I had to take guidance for mathematics and then doubt classes for all the others. So, what I'm trying to mention is you do whatever floats your boat. Like if you have to appear for general test plus domains, then you need a strategy because general test demands a strategy.
So, moving on, could you please share a few strategies that you were using while preparing for your CUET?
When it comes to strategy, what I would suggest is do what you float your boat. Why? Because there cannot be a particular strategy for everyone. For example, when I was preparing, I was going for two entrances, that is CA Foundation and CUET. So there had been some common subjects that worked in my favor, you could say. But if you are someone who is going only for CUET, you need a strategy particular for that, and you need to prepare that. Or if you are someone who is going from multiple entrances like DU, IP, IIM, you need a strategy that works for all of them, because you cannot make one for every other entrance. So as per my experience, what I did was that I was studying at the same place where I was studying during my class 12th. Majorly, I had to take class for mathematics. Other than that, I was going for the doubt classes of other subjects. Like I was practicing accountancy, economics. If I had doubts solving some particular parts, I would ask them.
Perfect.
But if you're someone who is preparing for BBA, BMS, you should practice GT hard, because that is something that makes a difference. And you should practice for mathematics hard, because GT and mathematics are important for BBA, BMS, and then comes English. English won't be that difficult because English is a necessary subject for all of them, and many people come from many backgrounds. So prepare for GT well, because that is of utmost importance, and then prepare for mathematics well.
Hmm. That's some important advice. Okay. So, moving on, you are doing CA along with your regular college. So, how do you manage all that? How do you manage both of them?
Honestly, I don't manage anything. See, they are managing me. Why? Because you can ask anybody. इंटरमीडिएट तक तो हम मैनेज नहीं करते, वही हमें मैनेज करता है. इंटरमीडिएट होने के बाद लगता है हाँ हम सीए कर रहे हैं. तो
Okay.
मतलब what I can say is why I chose regular college with CA, because I wanted to. So if you are someone who wants to go for it, people will say दो चीज़ों मत करो, करना है तो कर लो, नहीं करनी तो मत करो, पर उनके कहने से मत छोड़ना, क्योंकि
Yeah,
बाद में रिग्रेट होगा.
right.
So how I am managing is, see, there are mixed opinions. When I entered, I heard that things are going to be similar because they were similar back then. But as I was the first batch of CUET, there had been lot many changes. There were four subjects earlier. With our batch, it became seven. Attendance criteria was relaxed back then. With our, it became stringent, and plus much more things, internal assessments, plus, and it depends from college to college. Many colleges are lenient, many are not. Mine is not. For others it might be, for others it might not be, but my college is not. So it depends from college to college. And how I am managing, I am basically not managing, I am just trying. I don't know what next. So if you want to go with regular college, see, you have to be on your toes, you have to work. मतलब आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. आपके एग्जाम्स भी क्लैश होंगे दोनों, देना पड़ेगा क्योंकि नहीं छोड़ सकते.
Yeah,
तो हाँ, अगर करना है तो फिर ये सोचे करना कि मेरे पास छोड़ने का ऑप्शन नहीं होगा, मुझे करना ही पड़ेगा.
right. Are there any extracurriculars that you are engaging in? मतलब कुछ करते हैं कॉलेज के साथ सब डांस, सिंगिंग, पोइट्री या कुछ भी?
Yes, I am currently treasurer at the Commerce Association of my college and deputy correspondent at the magazine of my department. I have participated in inter-college competitions in my first year. In second years, I did not go much because of my exam of CA. So, but I'm planning to go in the third year. I want to go because that would be final year, so I didn't want to miss out on competitions, because competitions had been my main reason of joining the college. So, as you asked
Perfect.
that
Hmm.
why regular, like if someone asks me why regular college, because I want to participate. I have been participating since my school days, and I wanted to participate in college as well, so that is why I joined regular college. I love writing, so I wanted to give a stage to my poetry, that is why college. So if you are someone who has dreams, and if you're someone who want to go for chartered accountancy but want to go for college as well, go for it. Things will be difficult, but go for it.
I mean, this is something that I always tell my juniors, when you go to my LinkedIn post or wherever I write, this is one thing. If I could go back in time and if I could do this thing over and over again, it would be extracurriculars, and it would be participating in more and more inter college competitions, and not just in your specific niche or whatever you're doing. I think you could explore all things there are, like case studies, debate competitions, and all that. DU is a hub for that. So
Uh,
kudos to
agree.
you.
Do whatever, participate in whatever you want, but don't participate because others are participating.
Yeah.
Like for me, I like cultural activities.
Hmm.
So when it comes to cultural activities like writing, like orating, and those competitions, they are my thing. But when it comes to case competitions, they are not my thing. Many of my friends are, they are very good at them. Like
Hmm.
not matlab, some my classmates, I would say classmates. Many of my classmates are very good at case competitions. Looking at them, if I feel like going to cave competitions, but I know they're not my thing. So, for example, there's a cave competition on a particular date and a competition of your interest, writing, dancing, poetry, debating, whatever. Don't go for cave competitions because they're so very well hyped up. Don't go for cave competitions because your friends are going, batchmates are going, classmates are going. Go what you like, because that is for what you came to the college.
या सबका अपना अपना स्ट्रेंथ होता है, सबके अपने अपने इंटरेस्ट होते हैं. Perfect. So, yeah, coming to this question, which is something that I ask all of my friends. How's life like at Gargi? It's
Life
an
at
all
Gargi.
women college. Yeah,
I don't mind women colleges. Women colleges are great.
yeah,
When it comes to women college, if I would share a personal incident, when I was in school, I was in a CUET school, so we used to have special assemblies. Like there was Republic Day assembly जिसमें मैं पार्टिसिपेट कर रही थी. आई वॉज एंकर देयर. तो व्हाट हैपेंड वाज कि जो फ्लैग होस्ट करना था ना, वो द बॉयज वर डूइंग दैट. सो फ्यू ऑफ द गर्ल्स आस्क्ड मैम दैट व्हाई कांट गर्ल्स डू. तो मैम ने कहा था कि वो बहुत मेहनत भी तो कर रहे हैं, और दैट वाज ट्रू. दे वर वर्किंग हार्ड. जो पूरा टेक्निकल काम था, पीपीटी बनाना, पूरा साउंड संभालना, वो वही कर रहे थे, द वन हु वर होस्टिंग द फ्लैग. सो उन्होंने कहा कि मैम ये हम भी कर सकते हैं. द थिंग वाज they were not given the chance, not because वो कोई partiality और ऐसा कुछ आ रहा था, just because those boys had been doing it since very long. तो वो टेक्निकल चीजों में ना, स्कूल टाइम्स में यू डोंट सी गर्ल्स मच. There might, and no offense to anybody's school, there might be girls working. I haven't seen in my school much. My school was progressive in nature. There was no partiality, discrimination नहीं होता था. लेकिन वो एक फ्लैग होस्टिंग वाली चीज, जब उन्होंने पूछा था कि मैम ये हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते, तो मैम ने यही कहा था कि वो लोग काम भी तो कितना कर रहे हैं. तो उन्होंने कहा था कि ये काम हम भी कर सकते थे, हमें किसी ने चांस नहीं दिया. व्हेन यू कम टू अ गर्ल्स कॉलेज, वहां पे ऐसा होता ही नहीं है कि ये कर सकते या नहीं कर सकते, करना ही होता है. और वो इट कम्स टू यू वेरी नेचुरली. यू हैव टू डू एंड यू डू इट. तो देयर नथिंग लाइक कि ये कोई टास्क है. आई मीन अ गर्ल्स कॉलेज, एवरीथिंग इज हैंडल्ड बाय गर्ल्स, टेक से लेके टेक, everything and everything. So girls college is all in all a different environment, a different space. गर्ल्स कॉलेजेस आर नाइस. लाइक मेरा कोई ऐसा इंसेप्शन नहीं था, कोई मिसकंसेप्शन नहीं था गर्ल्स कॉलेज के बारे में, बिकॉज मैंने कुछ सुना नहीं था. बट ये पीपल से कि गर्ल्स कॉलेज में लड़ाइयाँ होती है, हाउ विद गर्ल फ्रेंडशिप, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. गर्ल फ्रेंडशिप्स आर गुड. मतलब मैंने नहीं देखी अपने कॉलेज में ऐसी कोई बहुत ज्यादा ऐसी कोई गर्ल फ्रेंडशिप का कुछ हो रहा हो कि, मतलब दे आर नाइस. तो गर्ल्स कॉलेजेस के अगर मिसकंसेप्शन हैं तो यू कैन ब्रेक देम वेरी इजीली. कुछ नहीं होता. दे आर नाइस प्लेस. दे आर अ प्लेस दैट गिव्स यू विंग्स टू फ्लाई इन द एक्चुअल स्काई. एंड देयर नो डिफरेंस, आई वुड से. आप यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस करो, यू कैन पार्टिसिपेट इन कोएड कॉलेजेस, नो डिफरेंस. सो इफ अगर किसी के दिमाग में कोई मिसकंसेप्शन हो कि मुझे गर्ल्स कॉलेज में इस रीजन से नहीं जाना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. हाँ, एक चीज होती है, इफ आई एम नॉट गोइंग, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं बोल रही, तो आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन गर्ल्स कॉलेजेस में सेफ्टी का होता है. गर्ल्स कॉलेजेस आर मोर कंसर्न्ड अबाउट सेफ्टी.
yeah.
सो यू कुड से कि कोविड कॉलेजेस में तो कितने फेस्ट हो रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है गर्ल्स कॉलेज में नहीं होते, बहुत सारे गर्ल्स कॉलेजेस में होते हैं, ये होते भी है. माई कॉलेज इज मोर पर्टिकुलर अबाउट सेफ्टी
Yeah,
बिकॉज
precautions
ऑफ
लेके.
सम अदर रीजंस. कुछ उनके कॉलेज के रीजंस है, बट होते हैं गर्ल्स कॉलेजेस में फेस्ट. इट्स जस्ट दे आर मोर cautious about safety as well.
Yeah. And they have to actually, and it's a good thing because I also come from a women's college, all women's college, and it has been a roller coaster. All the wonderful women out there doing all sorts of things. मतलब कोई भी एक ऐसी चीज नहीं है that you are not allowed to do. Everything is has to be done by you. So
Yes,
yeah, I get it.
it's a place you discuss each and everything without thinking about, like, everything goes very natural there.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I think I've asked everything. Now coming to your book recommendations. Do you read books? Any non-fiction or fiction books?
आई एम अ पोएटिक पर्सन, सो
Yeah.
मेरे लिए नॉन फिक्शन फिक्शन बताना मुश्किल होगा, बट आई सिलेबस से बाहर पढ़ने का चांस नहीं मिलता, बट आई रीड पोएट्रीज जो मैं पढ़ सकती हूँ जितना भी हो पाता है. बट इफ आई हैव टू रिकमेंड अ बुक, मैंने एक बुक काफी टाइम पहले पढ़ी थी, दैट वाज विंग्स ऑफ फायर, द ऑटोबायोग्राफी ऑफ डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम.
Yeah.
यू शुड रीड देम. उसका जो एक एक मतलब एक जो इंस्टेंस आता है जो बहुत लोग कोट करते हैं, एग्जांपल देते हैं, व्हेन ही वाज गोइंग टू सुसाइड ऑन द बैंक्स ऑफ रिवर गंगा,
Hmm.
that is a heart touching incident. Apart from that, if you are asking me for a book recommendation, I would recommend Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana, because yes, as I mentioned, I don't read those other kind of books.
Yeah. And once you read Bhagavad Gita, I don't think you need any other self-help books. Srishti mentioned that in my last podcast. Wonderful.
But when you read Bhagavad Gita, you cannot understand it in one go. You need to read it oftenly. That I
Hmm.
haven't done. So if you read it, it's a great book. Like मुझे कहने की बात ही नहीं है वो तो. You can go.
Yeah, both are wonderful. Wings of Fire, the autobiography, I have read it. And I think read it because everyone was reading it during the school years. It was like everyone is doing it. We should also do it. Cool, wonderful. So, any closing thoughts or any takeaways or any piece of advice for the people going for CUET this year or for college this year?
Advice from my side. First of all, to all those who are doubting themselves that should they go for regular college with CA or not. If CA is your utmost priority and you are going to college just because कि लोग क्या कहेंगे कि तुम कॉलेज नहीं गए, तो मत जाओ कॉलेज. क्योंकि वन थिंग आई वांट टू मेंशन, गोइंग आउट ऑफ द टॉपिक, मतलब इट नॉट अ क्लोजिंग थॉट, लेकिन आउटसाइड जाके आईसीएआई भी बहुत सारे कॉन्फ्रेंसेस, वेबिनार्स और कॉम्पिटिशन्स ऑर्गेनाइज करती है, टैलेंट हंट ऑर्गेनाइज करती है, तो यू कैन गो फॉर देम एज वेल. तो कॉलेज किसी फियर में आके, प्रेशर में आके मत जाना, लेकिन किसी फियर और प्रेशर में आके कॉलेज छोड़ना भी मत. सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वांट टू से. सो
Uh,
पीपल विल से कि दो दो चीजें मत करो साथ. पीपल विल से पार्टिसिपेट करने से क्या होगा, पीपल विल से पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करोगे तो सीवी का क्या होगा. किसी का कुछ नहीं होता. आपको जो खुद सही लगे कर लो. But yes, be cautious about your career, because when you will be choosing subjects for those 7 subjects, choose which align with your career options. Because when you'll be going for masters, there are times when they say that did you study this particular subject in your graduation. तो आपको तब लगेगा कि काश मैंने लोगों की बातों में ना आके वो चूज नहीं किया होता, काश मैंने ये चूज कर लिया होता. तो चूज व्हाट फ्लोट्स योर बोट, गो विद व्हाट फ्लोट्स योर बोट, नॉट विद व्हाट फ्लोट्स योर फ्रेंड्स बोट और योर peers.
Thank you so much, Mehak, for sparing out some time and being able to do this because time is a luxury and you made time for this. It means a lot. Also, all the very best for your journey and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a great opportunity for me too.
We'll just take a picture in the end. So you will have to pose. Bye bye.